see it in your eyes and feel it in your touch. I know that you're scared, but you've never been this loved.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching. So for quite some time now, I've seen a ton of requests for a video where I basically talk about some of my favorite makeup brushes that I use, also why I use them, what I use them for, etc. So I'm sorry it's taken this long for me to get the video up, but for those of you who did request it, this one is for you. And before I start, I just wanted to show you my new earrings. They are from Ludora Boutique, so you can check out the description box below. I will be linking where you can get these, as well as all the products that I mentioned in this video. So if you guys want to learn what they are, then please keep watching. So the first brush I'm going to be talking about today is definitely my #1 favorite. This one is from MAC, and it is the 188 foundation brush. And I use this in basically every single one of my videos, and I also use it on a daily basis. This foundation brush is awesome for liquid foundation, powder foundation, basically anything, BB creams. I've used it for everything. One of the main reasons I love it is because of the soft bristles on top. It blends in your makeup so evenly and so nice, and it really does a lot of the work for you. I know some people don't like using foundation brushes and they use their hands, but I really think that the key to having a flawless looking face is a great foundation brush. And I know MAC brushes are a little bit pricey and they're more expensive than most other brands, but because I do freelance work, a few years back when I invested in these brushes, these were the ones that I wanted because A, I knew I was going to be using them on a lot of different people, and B, I knew from washing them all the time and everything, I didn't want to have to invest in another set 4 or 5 years down the road. So these have lasted me a couple years and they're still in great condition, and I back them up 100%. There are a few brushes from MAC that I found amazing duplicates of that I will be talking about for those of you who don't want to spend the money, or for those of you who are just using the brushes on yourself, and I'll be talking about those in a little bit. But yeah, for a foundation brush, this is hands down my favorite. It comes in 3 sizes, but this 188 one is definitely the best in my opinion. The second brush I'm going to be talking about is also from MAC, and this one is a contour brush. It's number 109. I've had them so long they all faded. I believe it's 109. I'm going to double check for you, and I will again list everything below. This brush I love for many different reasons. Obviously I love it to contour. I love it to apply bronzer and also blush. So instead of going out and buying 3 separate brushes for all those 3 things, which I know some people do, I like using this as a 3-in-1 purpose. So I get a ton of use out of this. I actually have 2 of these because I use them so much, and I personally love it. I have a Sephora duplicate as well, and it's pink, but they're basically around the same price. So I mean, if you want to spend the money, these ones I really do recommend. But of course, like I said, there are going to be a few duplicates that I will be mentioning after this brush, because this one and the foundation brush, in my opinion, are the best. And if you are looking for amazing brushes, or if you're a freelancer just starting out, these brushes will do so much work for you. So as I mentioned previously, of course not everyone has the money to go out and spend on MAC brushes. So some of these other brushes that I'm going to be talking about, I have all alternatives to, and the only brushes so far that I've come across that were very affordable and yet very awesome were the BH brushes, and they came in a set, which they're all these pink ones that you've probably seen me use in a lot of my videos. It came in a set of about 10, I'm gonna say, and it was so inexpensive that when I saw it, I was like, you know what, I love a lot of their other products, let me try it out. So I tried out the brushes, and that was about almost a year ago now, and I've had absolutely no problems with them. They're amazing, and what I come to find is, since I do have the 3 jars of all my brushes, I have like duplicates, like I said. So if they're the exact same brushes, whichever one I grab first are the ones that I'm using on a day-to-day basis. And I think the only complaint that I've had so far with the BH brushes is one of the black parts came off of one of the brushes, but I just took some nail glue and glued it back on, and they still work perfectly fine. So as of now, the MAC and the BH brushes are the only ones that I personally approve of and recommend for you guys. Of course, if you know any other affordable brands, I would love to hear your feedback so I can go out and try them, because I like giving you guys options. So for those who like to shop online, you have that option. For those who maybe want to just go to a drugstore, I can give you that option. But For those who are in the field and that are freelancing and that are going to be doing this as a work, I really suggest investing in the MAC brushes. Buy them a couple at a time. You don't have to get them all at once because again, they are ridiculously pricey. But if you're going to be using them a lot and you're going to be washing them a lot, you don't want to have to buy a whole new set every year. You want to have a nice set that's going to last you a few years. The first two duplicates I'm going to be talking about are these small angled brushes, and these are everything. I use these to fill in my eyebrows every single day. I also use these to contour my nose, which helps out a lot because it has such a small tip. And I also use these to draw lines underneath my eyes. I don't like using eyeliner. I prefer to use an eyeshadow, so I'll always grab my angled brushes to do that. So very important brushes to have, in my opinion, are these two angled brushes. This next one I just wanted to mention really quick because I remember I used to look at this and be like, what the heck do they use this brush for? And I've done that with a lot of products and a lot of things, so if any of you ever saw this brush and was like, what do they use it for? I don't know if this is the exact purpose of this brush, but what I like to use it for is loose powder. I like to dip it in the loose powder and then apply it over my concealer. And the reason I love this is because it has such fine, soft bristles. So when you're applying the powder, it's not going to move any of your makeup. It's not going to smudge anything. It's just going to very lightly apply a thin coat over your makeup and leave you with a nice matte, flawless finish. So yeah, just wanted to mention that one really quick. So when it comes to doing eye makeup, I have 5 brushes that I can't live without, and these are the ones I definitely use the most. And the first one I'm going to talk about is what I use for my eyelids. Also, I use for under my brow bone, my tear duct, anything like that. And that's just a flat brush like this, and it's a shader brush. I do have the MAC version, but I honestly can't find it. Ever since I got home from New York and unpacked, I can't find it. So this is the one that I've been using. This one is a great duplicate, and the MAC one that I have is also amazing, but I can't find it at the moment. So again, I like to swap between the two, and honestly, if you're using a darker pigment or a darker shadow and you don't want it all over your face, I recommend either wetting the brush a little bit or even using some Fix Plus or some eye drops. And what that's going to do is it's going to wet the bristles and it's going to help pick up the shadow. It's going to help give it a richer color, and it's also going to help prevent fallout. The next two brushes, unfortunately, I don't have duplicates for as of right now. I am on the lookout, but these ones are the MAC 224 and the 217, and these are my blending brushes. And if I had to pick between the two, I would definitely pick the 224 just because ever since I've gotten it, I use it literally for everything. I use it for my eyes, I use it to contour my cheeks, I use it to contour my nose, I use it everywhere, and it's just so amazing because it does so much work for you. It does have very fine, long bristles, so what that does is it's going to blend out any of the work you've already done. So the smaller blending brush I like to use if I'm doing a more dramatic look. I like to pick up the darkest color on this and then start blending it out from my crease. And then I go back to this one and I pick up a lighter shade and then I go right above the work I did, and it just kind of blends everything out really, really nicely, and it does a lot of the work for you. So anyone who is a makeup artist or a freelancer or anything like that, these brushes will do so much work for you. It will also cut down a lot of time. So the 224, 217 are absolute amazing brushes when it comes to blending and to getting that beautifully blended look on your eyes. These, again, I don't have duplicates for. If any of you guys know any that are cheaper, please let me know, because again, I want to keep you guys updated on the best stuff out there. The next two brushes are the pencil brushes. This MAC 210 brush, is it 210? 219, no, the MAC 219, and then its little mate over here. And these I like to use for different purposes as well. I like using this if I'm applying a shadow underneath my eye. This is going to give you that nice pencil look, but it's also going to give you room to smudge it out and to blend it out to make it look really nice and to have it blend evenly with the top part of your eye. What I also like to use this for is if I'm using a really dark color for a smoky eye, I like picking it up because it has really, really short bristles. So it's going to pick up a lot of the color and it's going to give you more access as to where you want to put it. So it's not going to be a big glob of black on your eye. It's going to be like a little dot of black, and you can slowly, gradually blend it out so it's not too dramatic. So as for brushes, those are definitely my absolute favorites, my must-haves. I am going to really quickly also mention eyeliner brushes. This one is the 211 and this one is the one that comes with the set, and I use these all the time. They're amazing, and it's actually, for me at least, a lot easier to apply a gel liner with these brushes as opposed to the liners that come with the stick already included. One thing I actually also noticed is the L'Oreal gel liners. I have about 4 or 5 of them. They come with the eyeliner brushes in the pack, so if you want to maybe try it out before you spend the money, or if you don't want to try the kit, I definitely also recommend that one. It's just as great, and I have about 3 of them and they're laying around somewhere. But yeah, so as for makeup brushes, I think if you use just the ones that I mentioned, that's really all you need. I mean, I probably have about 50 brushes, but that's just because a lot of them are duplicates and a lot of them are random brands that I grabbed at drugstores and stuff like that, but none of them are worth mentioning. There's about 1 or 2 maybe that are left in there, because a lot of the kits that I've tried out, I've had to throw away half of them. So yeah, as of now, these are my 2 brands for my go-to makeup brushes. Again, if you're not in the makeup field and you're just trying to play around and try out some of the looks and you're really just getting into makeup, try out the BH kit, because literally I think it's $20-something. It's so inexpensive. I know that the specifics that I did recommend that I didn't have duplicates of, they are absolutely amazing and my favorite. But again, most of the brushes have duplicates for cheaper options, so options are endless. I also want to hear what you guys want to see next. I had posted a Facebook status, and I know you guys were really interested in seeing a makeup look for people with brown eyes, as well as maybe a video of me and Brett talking about dating tips or anything like that. So please leave any feedback below. I will definitely be going through the comments to check them out. And yeah, so that's it for my brush video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you all have an amazing day. I'll see you guys soon.
Just keep